So some ideas on extra and emergency hatch covers. What happens if you lose your hatch during a trip, during a day trip, during a longer trip? Many of my friends and instructors have different ways of tackling this. Usually they'll have some kind of kit in the kayak for all sorts of types of repairs, but for actual hatch covers, they'll usually have something that can act as a backup in case you lose a hatch during a trip. Now, some companies make specific hatch cover backups, and Reed makes a set that I absolutely love. These I've had, I believe now for about 6-7 years. You can tell they're definitely getting a little bit beat up there, but then again, these I keep in my kayak at all times. They're always in my day hatch, always ready to go just in case something happens. Now, we've actually had to use these several times, especially during events where lots of kayakers come together. Sometimes when people are learning, a hatch might pop off, or when people are just stopping or getting in and out of the kayak all day long during an event, a hatch cover might not be completely on, or if someone's trying someone else's kayak and then they'll get lost. And what happens usually is, if you're at an event and you want to go and take lessons, or you want to do rescues, or you want to practice certain things, it sucks to not have some kind of hatch cover. But the same thing could happen if you're out on an expedition, if you're out on a long trip. So I've actually had friends use these backup hatch covers several times, and then what they've done is they've mailed them to me afterwards once they've gotten home. They'll use their same material that they use for either skirts or cockpit covers. It's in the shape of your hatch. They have circular ones, they have oval ones, different sizes to fit all different types of hatches, and then they come with a cord so you can put it on, tighten it. Now, they might not be 100% watertight, but they're pretty damn good, and they're way better than just having a hatch still open throughout an event or on a trip. I have several friends and fellow instructors that what they do is they have other options instead, just like they'll always have in their repair kit, they'll have, let's say, a plastic bag or a piece of tarp or some kind of material that will be watertight and big enough to fit any of the hatches. And then they'll back that up with either Gorilla Tape, duct tape, or just paracord. And so what you do is you put it over your hatch, you seal it up as best you can, close it up, and then hopefully that's good enough to get you home. What's really good about having a thick trash bag in your emergency kit is that if for some reason you also need to pick up garbage or something happens and you need to take that home, bags of that type are useful for many things. This would be one of the uses that you could potentially use it for. Another thing I'll mention is some of my buds will actually use Nalgene bottles as their emergency kit containers, which I think is a very clever idea. They just put all of the stuff that you might need inside a Nalgene bottle. That way you close it and now it's a waterproof container in a really easy shape to slip in with your kit in your kayak if you're going on a trip. They'll always have some Gorilla Tape or duct tape with them, some paracord, same thing with a plastic bag. And then my bud Jorge, he likes actually putting his duct tape directly on that Nalgene bottle on the outside. And that makes for a very easy place, easily accessible for him to go and get duct tape if he needs it. So this is a really short one, just a couple of quick ideas. And in case you didn't know that these backup hatches existed, and by the way, you don't need to have something that's actually made specifically for that. Like I said, a plastic bag or something else could get you out of trouble for the day. But I did want to mention these in case you've never heard of them before, because they are super useful. And you wouldn't believe how many times they've saved a day where someone either lost a hatch during the day or something happened, or even maybe a hatch flew off as they were driving to the put-in. Pop one of these on, good to go. I would love to hear what others have done to cover their hatches in case of an emergency or just in a time when a hatch was lost, as well as if you have any interesting or funny story, please do comment below. If you have any other questions, please do comment as well. I hope that was helpful. Subscribe if you like. I'm always trying to put these videos out. And as always, look over Kayak Hipster. Thank you for watching. See you next time.